So I will call to order the June 13th, 2023 U.S. Chess Executive Board meeting, and we'll call the roll. So this is President Randy Bauer, and I am present. Kevin Pryor,
Present.
Chuck Unruh,
Present.
Fun Fong,
Here.
John Fernandez,
Present.
David Day.
Present.
David Hayter is out of the country on business, and we expect Mike Hoffmeier will be joining us. He let us know he's going to be running a little bit late. Oh, and sorry, Executive Director Carol Meyer.
Here.
So we do have a quorum. The first order of business then would be to open the floor. Does anybody have any new conflicts of interest to disclose? Hearing none. The next order of business would be the adoption of the May 9th, 2023 minutes. I had a couple of minor edits that I would like to make to them. The first is on open session 2. The first motion should read, I would ask for a correction that it read, the executive board moves that suspensions be lifted on all expired member records without a quote suspended until quote unquote date.
Got it. Let me
Yes, I
make a
think
note.
Okay.
Okay.
The second motion reads the U.S. Chess Executive Boards and should just be board.
Good catch. Thank you.
And then I would just change the March the 10th to just March 10th, 2023. And those were the only corrections that I saw. Anybody else have any thing that they wanted to edit or add or subtract from the minutes? Okay, hearing none. All in favor of the motion or the minutes as amended, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. The motions are passed on a 2-4-6-0 vote. That takes us to the financial report, and Vice President of Finance, Chuck Unruh, would you like to report?
Thank you, Mr. President. It is a pleasure to report that we are now ended the fiscal year and have some preliminary numbers to work with for both our upcoming budget and also to know how did the year work. We didn't really have any major endowments this year, and we were pleasantly surprised. I say surprised because we were looking from last year at a flat budget at best. In fact, we actually thought we might have a negative surplus, but we had a significant gain. As the numbers firm, I think we'll show a gain for the year, thanks to we've had a membership increase that was higher than the budget. Our events have been overflowing. Meanwhile, we had cost controls in place. Everything seemed to work operationally. And I thank our executive director for heading up the staff and of course, our programs and event, Mr. Reed. They all of them did a great job this year. And last year, yeah, it was looking pretty tough when we came in, but it's much better. We're very solid. Our net worth has increased dramatically. So we'll have the final numbers out soon, but these are all very preliminary numbers that we circulated earlier today.
If I just, yeah,
Would you
there's
like to add?
there's a couple of things that are still outstanding. We're waiting for an adjustment to one of the bills from the National Elementary, which was Mother's Day weekend. So we're just about a month out from that. We're awaiting another bill for damages at the convention center that occurred during that event. And we also are expecting some type of rebate from the Visit Baltimore folks to help offset the cost of using carpeting in the playing hall. I think that's about a $50,000 offset. So the numbers will be moving around a little bit. We have 1 or 2 outstanding invoices that we're trying to hunt down so that we can get a trial balance to the auditor. But it's my understanding that Deborah has already been communicating somewhat regularly with the audit team. So they have jumped on it this year, which I'm very, very pleased about. So.
Well, yeah, and thank you both. I want to just amplify a little bit of what Chuck said. First of all, I really do think that our staff has done a phenomenal job this year. There have been, there are always new challenges, and suddenly when these events have gotten so much larger than maybe we had expected, that creates another whole set of challenges, and everybody's reacted very well to them. I was at 2 of the national events, the Scholastic events, and I thought they both went really well. It's wonderful that we're running surpluses. I have to point out that you can't just run a surplus forever if you don't have a need to build cash. At some point, you reach a situation where you're losing out. There's an opportunity cost to just building up your reserves or surplus. And I think we're getting to that point. And so we're going to have to do some education with some of the delegates and some of the other folks, just understand that programmatically we have needs that to fulfill our mission, and just running a surplus every year isn't necessarily in the best interest of the organization. Obviously, we have to be mindful and careful and prudent, and we will. But I just want people to understand, if anybody's listening on the call, someone who's been doing budgets professionally for 40 years, you do reach points where you have to start thinking about, using some of those resources in a way that is, helps us to fulfill our mission.
And again, I think, I'm the broken record this year, but I think it's worthwhile pointing out once again that we changed the way membership is recognized this fiscal year. So 1 year or less membership durations are recognized when the payment is received, and multi-year memberships are accrued. Previously, we used to accrue memberships over their life, so 1/12 every month for a 1-year membership.
Right.
It was a lot of work. The memberships weren't refundable. It didn't make a lot of sense for us to be doing that. However, we had amassed a lot of accrual in our accounting system. So a lot of the prior year accrued revenue was recognized this year, which inflated our membership dollars. We still had a very, very strong year selling memberships, but the financials are going to overstate just how good the year was because of this accounting change.
Yeah, that's certainly a good point. And at the same time, we have record membership, and as long as we can sustain kind of the path that we're on, we should be in good shape. I will note for the record, Mike Hoffpower has joined us now. So we have 7 members present, and as I said, David Hayter is on FIDE business in Sweden, so cannot join us.
Mr. President, we've already started some disbursements from the endowments, and those type of disbursements will hit the bottom line. So in the next year or so, we may run deficits instead of surpluses. Now, what I would go to is we're very, very conscious of our operational surplus.
Right.
And we make sure our operational surplus is in good shape. But as we complete the mission and expand the mission and spend some of the endowed money, of course, the bottom line is going to show possibly a negative or a loss. So that's just, I know that's what you were getting to, and I appreciate it. We're getting there.
Okay, any other comments before we go into closed session? Hearing none. Carol, do you want to stop the recording? We're returning now to open session. There were lots of topics discussed for the last almost 2 hours, but there were no motions coming out of closed session. There being no other business before us, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
moved and second. Discussion. All in favor of adjourning, say aye. Opposed. We are adjourned. Thank you all.